So tell me about, let's talk about this crazy market that we're in and the craziness that's happening with appraisals and of course overbidding properties. And have you seen a market like this in your career before?
I haven't. No, and I've been doing this for a little over 20 years. So actually, I started in 1998, so we're coming up on 23 years. February was 23 years. So, I have not. And, what's really interesting is I never would have thought that Dayton would have had the appreciation that it has in a short period of time. And from what we're hearing, it's not a bubble. They're not concerned about that, from what Michael said. But the thing that is worrying is people going way over and then having these appraisal gap.
Sure.
If appraisals don't come in.
Well, right before the housing crash, 2007 or whatnot, it was a crazy market. Prices were escalating pretty quickly, but it's a whole different type of borrower buying houses these days. In fact, most people who are buying, they have strength behind them. They're conventional. They have cash, or they're putting down extra, or even paying more than the house is worth to get the house. They're not going to walk away from those houses very easily. Not unless they have to, right? So it's a much stronger buyer that are buying these properties. And with the lack of inventory, I can't see prices. I can't see another crash.
No,
not in the real estate.
Yeah, and I think from what I've heard, the other reason why people are thinking that this is not going to be a bubble is because of the fact that the last time, 2008, 2009, was a lot of lenders going up to 100% financing.
Sure.
Because that was such a thing.
And the low credit scores and the stated income. I mean, so much going on.
Yeah, there was, I remember, so I was at a big box bank, and I remember 2008, we started 100% financing, stated income, stated asset, basically market rate at 100% financing down to a 620 credit score. And I remember my boss asking me at the time, what do you think about this program? And I said, well, are you asking me as a shareholder of the company? Because I had stock in it, or are you asking me as a loan officer? And he says, I don't give a shit about you as a shareholder of the company. He says, I only care about you as a loan officer. And I said, well, then let's bang the drum on this. So we offered that for about 4 months, and then the market started to tank. And so that's my thought, is that the high loan to value, the super high loan to value, and you have a good point, because people are putting more down. They're willing to put more down.
But you feel like there's got to be a limit to this can't continue to increase at this rate forever. It can't.
I can't. You're right. I can't imagine it will. And they've got to more inventory. I think we get on the other side of COVID enough. People start listing their houses. That's really when it's going to break up. And people are afraid to list their houses right now because of the fact that they don't think they're going to find another house. So, our home-to-home program is a great program because it allows them to go under contract on the new house before they've sold their house.
Right.
Which I love, and I've used it a handful of times and helped clients.
So now we got to put a shameful plug in for the home-to-home program so folks know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the home-to-home it allows for 100% financing on the new home.
Which is unheard of.
Temporary, so it's temporary financing for 6 months, and then they list their existing home, and once they sell that, then they can put the down payment that they would have put.
Convert it.
Convert it into permanent financing. So we use that for those people who just do not have cash otherwise to put down, or do not qualify with both payments.
That's the real beauty, I think.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can qualify for 2 house payments at once. And this takes that out of the equation. I got an example. I had someone who was he wanted to buy a house, but he was contingent. He made the offer before he had talked to me. He was pre-approved with another lender. Lost that to a cash offer. So came to me. We were able to pre-approve him on the home-to-home program. Went back and said, hey, I'm no longer contingent. Here's my backup. The cash offer fell apart due to inspections. They took his offer. He went back and sold his house within days. Never had to close on the home-to-home because he sold his house so quick. But for the fact that we had it, he would never have been able to secure the house. And that's the beauty of the product.
It is. It definitely is. And that's what I like about it is ideally we don't want to use it. And in this market, most of the time we don't have to. And that's what I tell the agents that I work with and the borrowers that need that program, because they can go in clear conscience saying it's non-contingent, because it truly is non-contingent, because we don't need them to sell their home for that program. And then sell their home, and then we just do it as traditional financing.
The crazy thing is, that same buyer, after securing the contract, et cetera, a competitor tried to take him away from me. Trying to, just going as low as they can to try to get it, entice the customer away from me. And the customer stayed with me because his house was for sale. What happens if his buyer fails?
Yeah.
He loses the dream house that he wants.
Right.
We have an insurance policy, because if his buyer fails, we go back to the 100% financing, and he still gets the house he wants.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a beautiful program
It is.
on many levels.